Hey everyone, welcome. Y'all, this is almost 11 o'clock at night. I have one more chapter to write, and I decided to make a video because this is the first time in a very long time my house has been quiet enough for me to make a video. I cannot even blame it on the people in my house, really, because for a good 2 weeks I have just been trying to write and write and write and write. Yeah, so if you guys aren't aware, this is my video diary. I love documenting my life, so I have a online diary, which is a blog, but it's really an online diary, to be honest. That's how I use it, which is called Alie Unscripted as well. And this is my video diary, right? So y'all listen, I'm coming on today to talk to you guys about pushing through. Listen, let me come a little closer. Okay, it ain't easy being a writer. It's not easy. Yeah, you make mistakes along the way, which sometimes is hard to do if you're like me, but I'm actually getting better at making mistakes. I'm getting better at taking the lessons and stuff like that, and hopefully you get better at it too, because we're always going to be making mistakes in life. Not as frequent, hopefully, but if you're human, you're going to be making mistakes. So I wanted to talk to you guys. Sorry, I was playing with this thing on the kitchen counter because I'm sitting on the counter. But anyway, today I want to talk about continuing to go. Continuing to push yourself while you're writing. This ain't no fluff. If you guys know me well enough, I'm sorry, my nails are horrible right now. If you guys know me long enough, this ain't no fluff. I ain't got energy to fluff. I ain't got the energy. I already talked to you guys about writing the book on your heart, because you know that book is needed. Whether it's a memoir, a story of your life, or it's this alien spaceship out somewhere in the universe, or whatever it is, whether it's a fiction book or a book on hardware, appliances, like whatever it is that's on your heart, you should write it. We need it in this world, right? We know that. Okay, what happens when you gotta write and edit and write and edit? You ain't getting paid for this right now. You doing this out of your own mindset, believing that, okay, I need to write this book for some reason. Ain't no one paying you. Ain't no one behind you whether you write the chapter or not. And you want to sleep and you want to go out. Y'all listen, I don't drink, right? I don't drink, but I went to a live band last week Saturday, and I had a blue Hawaiian martini, and that was the first time I ever had it, and that tastes so stinking good. It was something that was good. That was the first time I ever had a martini, and it tastes so good. It was so good to not have to write and to be out. So if you guys don't know, writing, Saturdays are my non-writing days. Saturdays is pretty much the only day I don't really write or do any work. I don't have work, my 9 to 5, and I don't have writing work. And I don't have sessions work, because I do sessions for my writing with my mentor / editor / teacher / getting my life together person. So yeah, I need them days, and I think that honestly all of us need it. I have a tendency of putting timelines in my mind, and we should have deadlines. We 100% should have deadlines. But what I think that we should do is have a deadline that is ideal, that is realistic, and then have a deadline which would be more ideal. So it's a realistic deadline, and then the deadline that'll be ideal. Because at the end of the day, we should not push ourselves to the point of hating our book. Our book should not reach a point of you want to say screw it, forget about it, put it in the trash. It's for the birds, as the people say it these days, right? And sometimes you might have quick moments like that, because you might have self-esteem issues as a writer, or you might be waiting for a literary agent to contact you, and you're waiting for the call that all the traditional writers are waiting for. And you know, it might come up in through many different stages, but the stage I'm specifically talking about, and listen, if you're going through another stage and this could help you out, by all means, continue to listen. The stage I'm talking about right now is the stage of pushing yourself to even get the book clean enough to send to the literary agent. I have not started querying yet. I pray and hope that by October this year I can start querying. I'm trying to clean up this book as much as possible to start querying. Okay, little disclaimer is that I found out you don't necessarily need to have an editor to traditionally publish. I do not regret having an editor for me, because my editor, like I say, teacher, mentor, everything. So she's not just editing my book and sending it back to me. No, we are literally, it literally feels like I'm in English class all over again. I'm getting pulled, I'm getting pushed, I'm getting tutored. I feel like I'm in college. So I feel like I'm working in college and writing a book. That's how I feel with my editor. So I think it honestly is a decision that you would have to make. You have to be completely honest with yourself. My writing was horrible. I think a lot of writers think that way at the beginning, but honestly, I am really good with storytelling and plot. That's one of my major strengths, and I'm very proud of that. But when it comes to like the structuring of sentences and stuff like that, I was very weak, and I have advanced so much. So much. So I do not regret having an editor. For you, you might not need one, because you're going to be querying, and once you get picked up, the publishing house will have an editor free of charge for you. Well, technically, they're going to be taking that out once the money from your book comes in, but still free of charge upfront to you. Anyway, back to the original story. I'm in the process of querying. Before querying, I'm not getting no money. I don't have no one behind me checking to see if I write a chapter every day or meet a, well, I don't do word counts, but meet a goal and a weekly goal. No one is behind me. I have to do it. I have to sacrifice. When I want to sleep, I have to be up writing. I believe in rest. When I want to go out with my friends, I can't. And it sucks. I am a social butterfly. I'm a sweet omnivore. I love being by myself, and I love going out. And I have not sensibly gone out, like a real gone out, in a very long time. So to go out this Saturday was incredible. Today's Sunday, by the way. So going out Saturday was just super incredible, and I laid back and I listened to the live bands, and I drink my blue Hawaii martini. And today, when it was time to write, I was just like, I want to write. I was in church, and usually after church, I take a couple of hours break. I eat, I sleep, take a nap, and then I wake up and write. I didn't want to do that when I woke up. No, before I went to bed, I messaged my friend. I was like, I don't want to write. I really don't, but I did. And I finished one chapter, and usually I only do one chapter, but this week I'm trying to do 2 chapters. I'm trying to change my schedule so that way I have Saturday and Sunday free. That is my goal. So I'm trying to finish the 2 chapters today so I can create a new schedule moving forward. But I want you guys to understand, and I want the future me to understand, because I 100% believe that in the next 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever, that I'm going to be able to look back at this video as a published author and be proud that I did not give up. Nothing worth having comes easy. I cannot remember who said that, but that is a quote, okay? Nothing worth having comes easy. I believe that this life is so fragile. I don't want to get morbid, but I just feel like we really don't know when our last day is on earth, right? And I'm like, let's just be 100% sober. As hard as it is, I want my story to live after I'm dead. And I think you guys do too. And that's why you push yourself. And I told you guys, I will cry. Sometimes I haven't cried in a long time. I could be real. I haven't cried. I never cried to read a book, or I mean to read over or edit. I cried more for like realization of something, but I haven't done that in a very long time. But still, you want this book out in the world for some reason. You believe in it for some reason. Only you can make you write. Only you can make you write this book. You could listen to all the motivational stuff you want. I used to do that for exercising, and guess what? It didn't work. I'm sorry, but it didn't. It did not work. It worked for a little while, but it did not work. No one is pushing me, like I said, and no one probably is going to be pushing you. But you are going to look back years later and be happy that you did not give up on you. I believe that you are worth it, and I also believe that I am. We are worth doing what we really want to do in life. I think at least 70, let me do 60 to be fair, but way over half of people in this world do not do what they really want to do. Most of it has to do with fear. And if it's not fair on the shallow level, if you dig deep inside of it, it's fair in some levels. You don't know. I realize that I'd rather come out with egg on my face than to never know what could have happened. And I think you do too if you're listening to this video. So I really want to encourage you to please don't give up on you. Don't give up on your story. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to put it down for a month and come back and ask someone to be an accountability person, then do that. But don't give up. If you guys don't know, for 2 years, I actually gave up on my book. Was it 2 years? I ended the book. I wrote the first chapter at the end of 2017. In the early 2018, I was supposed to reread it and edit it. I froze and I just couldn't do it. Last year, 2020, during the pandemic, I told myself, if I don't write this during the pandemic when I have all the free time in the world, I'm never gonna write it. And I wrote it. And I have like videos like this, and I think that would be so cool if you guys do it. I have videos for myself, right? Because sometimes I wasn't fixing some of the videos. And I have videos telling myself, I just wrote chapter 1, I just wrote chapter 5, and this would happen, and this just came up, but I was able to finish this amount of words. And I'm like, it's almost a year later, because I think I started around April rewriting my book, and it's almost a year later, and I am so close to Aquarian, and my book is so beautiful, like 10 times better than I expected. So imagine if I didn't do it. Imagine if your favorite writer did not write that book. Imagine the things that we wouldn't have in this world if people didn't give it a shot. Like, you gotta literally just learn how to encourage yourself. You have to learn how to just, if fear comes, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Like, you're gonna have, like, I'm a Christian and maybe you're not, fine. You need to find something that you can go back to, not a person. You need to find something. I mean, for me, it's technically a person because in my faith, I believe that God is a person, but you know what I mean. Like, it can't be reliant on a human being that is gonna make mistakes. It has to be relying on some form of belief in yourself, belief in your capabilities, belief in something, belief that this book is destined to be in this world, belief that 20 years later your grandchildren are going to read this book in school, at the library, in book clubs. This is going to be on Oprah's book club. You're going to have to hold on to something, honey. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to do it. I might be acting this way because it's so late at night. I don't know. I'm usually a night person, but I want to be in my bed watching TV in the night. You know what I mean? So, but still, it is what it is. I'm pretty hyped for 11 o'clock in the night. But I hope this was encouraging to you guys. I really do. It was encouraging to me. Like I said, I think it would be so cool if you make videos. You do not have to share them. I don't share my videos. But I think it'd be so cool if you document it, if you write it down, or you make videos, you make voice notes, you do something and you document from you start this very day or whatever you watch. Whenever you decide to write, even in the planning process, I have videos from when I was planning. I did my storyboard. So I think you should do that. I think you should make a video and document your journey, and literally whenever moments of fear, anything come back, you go to that. You go back to seeing from your humble beginnings to where you are right now, and see them. Listen, maybe you do that in chapter 3, but guess what? You didn't have chapter 3 before. You have 3 whole chapters now. Why would you give up? Don't give up. It's just, you deserve just to be doing what you want to do. I'm personally not going to live anymore trying to be normal, trying to be safe. And honestly, writing is not safe unless you're writing in a journal, and then it's like the most freeing thing in the world. But making writing a career, starting off humbly, not having, I don't know, but most of us don't really have clout. Like, we don't really have much things we can go from. We have to start off by nobody knowing who we are, no one knowing our face, our names, and we have to build ourselves up. That is what it is. But isn't that for everyone? I mean, unless you're born in the royal family and then everyone know who you are from you was in the womb. But I don't think that's one of us. So anyway, tonight I'm gonna leave you guys with this. I'm gonna kick off, and I'm also gonna be making a video very soon about something that I have learned, and I am so excited to talk to you guys about, or not really learned, but I have discovered from myself in the midst of encouraging myself, and that is quality versus quantity. And what I mean by that, very quickly, is you want to ensure that you're putting time in your work to ensure that there's quality, versus your main objective is just to have a bunch of books that don't make no sense, or a bunch of books that wasn't properly done because you just wanted the numbers more than you wanted the quality. Where's my thesaurus? Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys later. My kitchen is hella dirty. I move everything off to the side so you guys don't see it. So I'm not gonna wash the dishes tonight because I have things to do. I might wash it while I watch TV just for a little while so that I could do some work. Should I do that? I don't think I should. Okay, I won't. Bye.